All right. Hey, everybody. Um, but we are on day 4. Um, I'm just going to go through the scenarios a little bit quickly here, just for anybody that joins in or is watching it for the first time. So, what I'm trying to do is we're just doing using Dayz as a little survival simulation for certain scenarios that can happen in real life. Um, and I've had many, many years of bushcrafting, hunting, hiking, 4 season camping. I'm a survival student. I've learned a lot over the years. I've tried a lot of things over the years. Only really been lost once or twice myself, but managed to get out of there no problems. Anyway, so I thought it'd be a good idea. There's things that you should know how to do, or at least have some thoughts on how to do in case the situation happens, especially if you're an outdoors person. So this guy decided to go on a 5 day solo hiking trip. um, he discussed his plans. He discussed his route. He told everybody where it was going. Um, he had a map initially. He had the compass. You did everything right. You're telling everybody exactly what's going to happen. So you were dropped off 15 kilometers northwest of the pickup area that you agreed upon. Um, that was kind of rude. Sorry, I was talking and just a burp slipped out, so my apologies. There is an abandoned hunting camp that you agreed that would be your pickup point 5 days from now, and that's southeast of your location. You don't expect to see anyone. Small games is only open at this point in time, so you don't have the big game hunters that come in that area at this point in time. You're remote and you're alone. The gear that we have is a small inflatable kayak. It is packable. It's for crossing lakes, rivers, stuff like that. Fishing if we need to. In our mountain backpack, we have a small tent, pot, knife, hatchet, headlamp, battery, dry bag with some sweater pants matches in it. Some dry food, can of beans, canteen, purifying tabs for water, rope. Always carry rope with you. Doesn't have to be a huge thing. You can get 550 paracord at 100 yards, and you can actually take it out to 1500 yards if you wanted to, just because of the internal strands that are in it. First aid kit, some disinfectant, and normally I would carry a traditional bow that I made. Um, but in this game, you can't do that, so we're going to be looking at the MK2 for small games. And you had one full clip. You also had a messenger bag, carries your compass, map, cell phone. There's no reception anyway. Extra dry food, extra ammo, some flares, maybe a couple other items, whatever. I like carrying a messenger bag when I'm going hiking, especially if I'm doing any types of small games. It's great to hold the small games, but it's also very much easier to swing around and pull out your map and compass than dropping your big mountain bag and pulling it out from there. Always works out well. The situation is we were dropped off where we were supposed to be. We had everything with us. We were great. We came into a lake, which we expected. We stopped. We inflated our kayak. We continued across. And 2/3 of the way, you hit some structure, split the kayak, and it sunk. Um, the only thing that you could save, obviously, was yourself, and the dry bag in your backpack kept it afloat, so you were able to save the backpack as well. You did lose your messenger bag. You lost any means of maps or navigation. So again, even though you left all the proper information with your loved ones at home and the people who dropped you off, they only know they're coming to pick you up 5 days from now. They don't know that you've actually lost your compass. You've lost everything. So you're in a 5 day survival scenario. Um, the first night was a little bit fucked up. We were getting everything set up. We were calming ourselves down. If that's one thing, and you'll hear me say it a ton of times throughout this whole thing, is own your shit and accept your situation. Don't start thinking if I would have, if I could have, how can I easily get out of this? How can I do it? Just accept the situation that you're in, address it, and accept it. That is going to be your biggest saving grace right there. So we did what was right. We were a little bit worried. We were cold. We stopped. We ended up chilling out. We set up our camp, we got a fire going, and then we got attacked by a bunch of wolves. Now, in this game, that's going to happen in real life. I've explained it 1,000 times that you're going to win the lottery. You're going to get killed by a bee sting or get struck by lightning before you actually get attacked by wolves. Um, and actually, when I was on stream and I said that, it wasn't a few minutes later that I was attacked by wolves. But anyway, um, you're going to start talking to yourself. You're going to start trying to buck up and get everything done. We talked about the food. We did have some snares. We set out some snares. Um, yeah. And, the wolves were starting to quiet down at night. You start thinking about your family a little bit when things gets quiet. Um, we did everything right. The kayak sunk. We got warm. We got dry. We accessed and accepted the situation. Set up camp for the night. Calm down and think. That's what we needed to do. We need food because we lost some. And we started thinking about with the predator attacks, it might be the shortness of food, and that's why the predators attacked us. I didn't think my snares would actually have anything because of the shortness of food, possibly. But we actually woke up in the morning and they did. The problem is Daisy only has so much time before the food goes bad, and it actually just went bad. So we talked about what we need to do the next day. And we thought, hey, maybe we can get one of the wolves because we ended up killing one, but it was dragged away by the other wolves, and we used up all of our 22 ammo. So the gun is absolutely useless right now. Yeah, day two, we woke up, the wolves were gone. Was a hell of a night. Um, we did get some sleep. We did find the lighter, and we did find our pot. Warm drink in the morning before you do anything. It just makes you feel human, and that is 100%. Whether you're camping, whether you're lost, whether anything. If you're camping in a little bit cooler weather where the nights get a little bit cool, first thing you want is a nice warm drink in the morning. And it can just be water. It can be water with pine needles in it. It can be water with, evergreen berries in it. Just anything. And you can make yourself a little bit of a tea of a bunch of different things out there. Um, where are we here? Yeah, you start the second day in a situation like that, you're going to start thinking a little bit more about family and home, and you're going to start thinking about what you are as a man or a woman. Um, are you doing the right thing? You start to second guess yourself. But on the second day, that starts to go away a little bit later on in the day. We had to make some tracks. There was no food. We did actually find a gun in one of the cabins. So one of my rules here is that I can't hit any cities, but any hunting stands, anything that's in the woods, any little shacks or something like that, I can hit and I can utilize what's in them. So we did find a gun, which was great. The bore was clear. We cleaned it up a little bit. We found 3 bullets, and we were only going to use that for food. We can fish, we can do a bunch of different things. That's fine. We did have our pine needle tea. We're going to get some rest, and we're going to push forward. And now is when you're sweating and all that other stuff just start to stink. And I don't know if people realize this more, but a nervous and a stressful sweat is different than a working out sweat, and it stinks a hell of a lot more. Just a little tidbit. You may know that already, or you may not care. But whatever. Day three, great progress was made. We feel that we are on the right track. Your head is killing you right now. You might get a headache. It may be from dehydration, but if you're a coffee drinker, more than likely you're getting a headache because you're not drinking any coffee. We've had a lot of water. We're doing pretty good. We've had a lot of food, or not a lot of food, but we're doing good on food. Like, I mean, we're right and healthy after 3 days, and in theory, there really shouldn't be too much of a reason, as long as you have water, that you still shouldn't be healthy and relatively happy besides your situation on day three. When we saw the deer, it wasn't in our path, or sorry, it was in our path, the route that we were already following. One thing you don't want to do, even though you're starving, is especially on day three, you don't want to start chasing down animals to shoot. You don't want to start chasing down, like spending a lot of time. There's two things that can happen. One, you're going to waste a whole hell of a lot of energy, and dehydrate yourself a little bit more. So you're going to need more water and more food because you're using up energy. But the other thing that is bigger than anything else is you're going to get yourself a little bit more lost, and then you're going to have to stop, and you're going to have to reassociate where you were, find where your spot was, and get back on trail. So um, if you're getting to the point where you are starving, like extremely starving, you just do whatever it takes. But if you do get to that point, then you likely don't have the energy to do much. So that's where my snares came in play. That's where fishing comes in play, where you can just set a line or a net or something in the water. It's working trying to get you food while you're resting and you're not burning any calories for that. I am a huge believer in eating the calories while you have them because you're not going to have the energy rationing things to go get more food. There are certain situations where you can't do anything and rationing your food is probably a good idea. In a situation like this, I wouldn't do it myself. Now, I do have to tell you, even though I have studied survival for probably 30 years, I live the bush. I do everything that I say that I can do. I've done it, physically done it, but I am not an actual survival instructor. So I just want to let you know that. When we got the deer, we boiled the meat. As I explained before, boiling food when you get it out there is the best way for you to have all the nutrients. And because we boiled it, we had a nice broth before we went to bed. Meat looks like garbage, but it's the best way to get all the nutrients. And in the morning, you're going to have some nice gelatin from the ligaments and stuff like that from the meat that you boiled, and you can have a little something to eat in the morning to give you a little bit of that energy, but more so having the feeling of having something to eat, and then you're going to have a nice warm broth in the morning as well. Like I said, you feel really good. We have to do a lot of moving. We got to push forward, and we got this. Tomorrow's the day, and that's where we are. We're on day 4. We're going to make a heavy push towards our rendezvous point. I think we might be going in the right direction. I hope we're going in the right direction. We need to go southeast from where we were, and I feel that we are. So we're going to jump on in, and we're going to get this started. Oh, one thing I do have to tell you is that the meat that we got from the deer in game has went bad. So I've given myself the same amount of meat. I couldn't find the fat, but I've gave myself the same amount of meat. We're gonna have to boil it again, just to carry it on. And for day 5, if we still have some meat left, which we should, I may have to do it again because I have the server set up that time actually does go on, so the meat actually rotted. And boiled meat that's really boiled, boiled well, it should last outside of the sun and in your backpack for at least a couple of days, until it starts to stink and smell. But you're going to want to try to seal it as much as you can. Um, the reason why I wanted to boil the meat, as I told you before, was to get all the nutrients, get the broth out of it, get everything we possibly can. Another thing you could do is you could smoke the meat afterwards, even after it's boiled, to help dry it out. And smoking the meat will actually put a layer on the outside that bugs can't get through. So that's why smoking meat is always a good idea for preserving it. But smoking meat or drying meat takes a lot of the moisture out of it, so you don't have that moisture content value. So you will have to drink more water because protein takes a lot of water out of your body to digest. All right, so let's jump in here. It's still nighttime, but that's okay. We can probably run out, get another fire going. I can get the pot in there, and I can start boiling up the meat that I have before daylight, and we start making tracks. We're just jumping in right now. Had to put in my password. Okay, we're in. We have sound and action. We're good to go. Okay, so all of our stuff should be dry right now, so we can put all our clothes back on. We took it out. Like I said, I told you guys I gave myself some more meat, so we're going to have to boil that for the trip. Yeah. Oh yeah, and I told you last time. I also created myself a little spear for animal force protection. So I only have a gun. I think I got one bullet in there, and I would try to save that as much as I possibly could. Obviously, if you're being attacked, you're going to do whatever you need to do. But um, the spear, when you have the chance to make one, is perfect. It gives you distance between you and whatever's attacking you, or distance between you and whatever you're trying to do. Always a good idea. Fireplace is bad. There's all my bad meat, guys, so we're just going to get rid of that bad meat. Sorry, this is a little bit of a time waster. It is an issue. Should be able to, I can go in and probably correct that, but at this point in time, there's no sense. I can put the life cycle on this food to infinite if I wanted to, but okay, we're going to leave that stuff here. We're going to go get another fire started. We'll boil up that meat, and then we're going to make some tracks. It's also going to help us, heat up the broth, have a little sip of water, get our shit together, basically. Got a hand bleed. I'm just going to let the hand bleed go. Um, in real life, when you're out in a survival situation like this, you really want to try to keep yourself from getting any type of injury. Even something as little as a blister or something like that can just be so much more of a pain in the ass than it normally would. If you're in civilization and you weren't in a survival situation, it's something that you're going to focus on all the time. So you got to kind of force yourself not to. And just actually be very careful what you're doing. In this game, in-game hand bleeds aren't really that big of a deal. You won't lose enough blood. The only thing that's going to happen, that may happen, is it may get infected. So what we're going to do here after we're done this and get inside and get a fire started, I do have some disinfectant, and I will disinfect the one. Which, if you have disinfectant in one of these situations, you're going to want to do that anyway. And there's one more where I need to keep the long stick. I did 3, didn't I? Thought I did 3. Maybe I didn't. We need one long stick because we're going to make like a cooking stand. I have to be careful because, again, in this game, my pot is starting to fall apart. Set this stick down. I'm going to take this guy. I'm going to have to use my knife. Oh, no, we still have some. Good. This won't take us too long. And then we can be back on the road again. Right. Created the fireplace. Good. Our lighter. Lighter on up, and we'll get cooking. Oh yeah, I need to get my long stick, actually. We're going to combine those and make a cooking stand. Perfect. Good. Let's go back. Let's put a pot in our hand. Let's get some pot. Pot's badly damaged. It may actually not last here, guys. I'll attach it. We're going to hope for the best. We're going to hope for the best. We have to get a stick and cook them just one by one. It's going to suck, but we can do it. Oh yeah, shit. I forgot to actually heal my wound. That should heal me up. Boiled meat looks like shit, but it's the best way for you to again, get all the nutrients out of it, which is what you want to do. And one thing I will do, because I will be doing a lot of camping this summer and stuff like that, I am going to make videos on how to properly make a bow drill set, how to start fire with it, and I'll start posting them on my Discord right under this in these survival series, what we're doing. After we're done this one, I'll probably give it a couple weeks of break, and we'll walk into another survival series. Then I'll ask you guys what you think you want to see. Do you want to see something winter survival? Do you want to see surviving, a nuclear strike and what you should be doing there? Obviously, that's all theoretical. It's just stuff that I've read. Obviously, I haven't been through a nuclear strike, but just a bunch of things like that. We'll figure out what we need to do. Hopefully, it's gonna be good enough that I can finish the rest of these. I'm fucking hot as hell. So again, we're doing relatively good. As soon as we get these steaks cooked, we're gonna put our bag away and we're gonna get the hell out of here. Hoping that sun, I don't think the sun actually flows from one side to another on these maps, so I'm hoping that it's just going to be south, and we need to kind of go southeast a little bit, so we need to go in that direction. Like in that direction. We have yet to find a compass. We haven't found anything like that yet. So we're just going for broke. So disinfecting was great. It did what we needed it to do. And I gotta cool down. I'm getting hotter than hell. Anyway, so we're gonna get on the move right now. We're gonna tear down this stand. And what I'm gonna do is, because we're heading in this direction, they're gonna see that that's open. They'll see a fire if they're doing a search for me. When we got the deer, let's see if we're not forgetting anything. Figure out when to put this. Put my gloves on, of course. I should probably try to fix my gloves. Shit, hell, I don't know where I'm gonna put pot may have one more boil in it, but essentially, if you're carrying a pot with you that is aluminum, I wouldn't suggest aluminum, but if it is like titanium or stainless steel, it'll last you for a hell of a long time. Down here. Oh, shit. Fit it before with all this food, so I'm pretty sure I can fit her again. I just gotta figure out how to do it. I need all that shit. Hmm. There we go. Good. Oops. Tripod. Right. So what we're going to do, they're going to see that there's been a fire in there. They're going to see that the door's open. They're going to see some rotten meat in there. They're going to know that somebody was here. And chances are they hope it's going to be meat. So we're going to head in this general direction here with that tree. What we're going to do is we're going to drop a marker. What you would generally like to do is drop something pretty big, like use some of those bushes or whatever and actually put an arrow in the direction. But this is just an idea to show them that that is the direction that I am heading in. So if they are searching for me, they'll see it, and that's what you want to do. So we're going to make some run. Now, I'm not going to run heavily here or run too fast or anything like that, because you're going to want to move slow. You're going to want to move steady and slow, but you're still going to want to move slow. You don't want to burn as much calories or as little calories as you possibly can. I feel that I need to put the spear in my hand. Because I am just a little nervous about getting attacked by wolves. So we're doing good. We're doing good. Day 3, we got ourselves some food. See, there's another thing that we can check. See, I originally was coming this way, though. Shit. Like, I ran into that this way. Let's check this out. Friar, buddy, how you doing? Hope your day's going well. Or evening for you, I guess. It'd be pretty late for you right now. 6-hour difference, I think. Okay, we're going to come in here and we're going to fix our gloves, guys. Found duct tape in one of the stands, so we might as well keep things as clean as we possibly can. That's all we need. Oh, okay. So we got some more storms coming. I hate the fact that I actually can't see the sun right now. Was over in that direction. So if it rises relative east and sets in relative west, that would mean south is this way. So I am aiming myself in the wrong direction, and I need to actually go that way. So that's what we're going to do. And we're going to stop where we were before, and we're actually going to turn around that marker for search and rescue. If they are looking for you, we're going to turn around that marker in the direction that we're going. Oops, and I shouldn't be running that fast. What do you do, Friar? What do you do for a paycheck? Gigolo? So if that was northeastish, I guess. If the sun is over there, that's where I saw it earlier. We need to be going, yeah, we need to be going this way. So we're going to put this marker down. So that's going to show which direction that we're going in. Like I said before, you're going to want to actually, because it's too hard in this game, I'm not going to do it, but you'd want to actually have maybe something a little bit bigger, maybe some other big foliages, sticks or something, but you're going to want to actually use an arrow so they'll see exactly what direction you're taking. Because right now, without that, they don't know if you're going that way or if you're going that way. So use an arrow, but you know, for what we're doing right now and just showing you what we should be doing, that's fine. Oh, security, cool. We have this babbling brook. So the two things we're going to do. We're going to I guess it's only going to let us drink, which we can, I guess. Oh, it's already full because I filled it up on the way in and boiled it, so we're safe on water. That's good. Okay. We got 75% remaining. We might as well fill it up. Actually, no, I don't need to. But yeah, if you were walking by, you'd want to fill it up anyway. I've already disinfected this water, so we're good to go. So for direction, obviously you're probably, unless you have like a radio with you, like a weather band radio or something like that, you're not really going to know what's really going to happen, or what real direction, or what's going to happen weather-wise. I'm sorry. Someone was trying to talk to me. What's going to happen weather-wise the next day. But if you did know, if you knew it was going to be cloudy or something and you didn't know the direction, what you'd want to do the night before you settle down is you'd want to actually put an arrow in the direction that you want to travel in, so you don't have to try to figure out where the sun is to get your direction the next day. In theory, the sun and Polaris at night is going to take you and going to give you in the standard direction that you need to go. And finding Polaris is relatively easy. It's Ursa Major, Ursa Minor. So on the Big Dipper, you actually take the cup of the Big Dipper, line up the farthest 2 points of the Big Dipper straight right up, and that'll line you up with Ursa Minor, and the end star on the handle of Ursa Minor is Polaris, and that stays true north all the time. It does circle a little bit, but it stays true north. And then during the day, I've mentioned in this stream a few times, there's only 2 times a year that the sun actually rises in the east and sets in the west. True east, true west. And those are the 2 equinoxes. Usually it's going to be a few degrees left or right, so a few degrees north or south. So you can still use it as general direction, just don't use it as exact direction. But most of the time, general direction is all you need. So we're actually really going to try hard to push for a rendezvous point, the abandoned abandoned hunting camp. For this particular, while doing this in game, I'm going to run into zombies and stuff like that at that camp, guys. So I am going to have to kill them. But in a real life situation, my guess is you're probably not going to run into any zombies. If you do, I suggest you just lay down and curl up in the fetal position and suck your thumb for a while, because there's more going on than what you realize. So I feel like I hate not knowing exactly where the sun is. But that's okay. I still feel that we're heading south. It'd be great to actually find a tree stand that had an orienteering compass. I don't have a compass. Did I find one last round? No, I just can't remember. Okay. And you know what? Funny enough, we were talking before. I did have a hatchet that can be an extremely, extremely good tool. Use it for hammer, use it for cutting, use it for whatever you want. But I was being foolish, and in game I actually set it down to bring wood back to my camp, which is very easy to do in IRL as well. And I left without it. So essentially it was lost. And I have done that actually quite a few times, not in a survival situation, but I have set my stuff down and left them. You have to be very, very due diligent in having all your gear. And what I recommend is actually counting all the pieces of your gear, and then before you leave, count them again. So count them ahead of time. I have 10 pieces of gear. Count your gear again. If you only have 9, stop and look around for what you're missing. So for our security guards, just to go on that a little bit. So the security guards here in Canada, I guess it depends really on what kind of security guard you have. They can't carry unrestricted firearms. So in the UK, does a security guard carry a firearm? Also, and not for nothing, dude, I think a gigolo would be a more fun profession than being a security guard. I'm just saying, for me. And when you're actually making the travel, one thing to look for is, even though that we have a lot of food right now, look to forage, look to pick up other items. See, that's a town. I can't hit that town. I gotta go wide of it. I hope there's no zombies in here that I have to fight. No firearms at all. Okay. So kind of much like Canada. I know in the US and stuff like that, obviously security guards are going to carry firearms. Actually, pretty much anybody, depending on what state you're in, can carry a firearm. If it was clear and we could get a good vantage point, we could pick out the coast. If we could see the coast, we know that we're actually heading in the right direction. so I can't hit that house. We gotta go wide of it too. I'm wet and I'm cold. Depending on how long this rain lasts, we may need to stop. And again, an IRL for sure. If you're cold and wet, stop and warm yourself up. I don't care who you are. Hypothermia kills. And it's probably one of the worst things that's going to do that for you in the bush. Does not matter what time of season it is. Now, if we run into a bear out here, again in IRL, they don't want anything to do with you. Sick bear, old bear, lack of food. Yes, they've been known to attack people just because of that, but there has to be an absolute reason. But if I run one in this game and it aggroes on me, it's probably going to kill me, and I'm going to have to start my life again. Correct. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so we have a ton of food, but what this represents for us is a huge, huge opportunity. So this is opportunity for hydration. This is opportunity for food. We don't need that right now. We're trying to make some tracks today. But depending on the time of the day, an area like this is where you would really want to settle down near water, up far away from water. If you do catch fish and you clean animals, you want to make sure that you clean them and cook them away from where you're going to sleep. That's really important. You won't draw any animals into your camp. If they do smell it, they're going to go away from your camp, obviously, because you're going to clean the fish and leave everything. If it's fish, generally what I suggest doing is actually cleaning it and throwing all the all the stuff that you're not going to use, like any of the guts, which you should use the guts. You should actually eat the fish's heart and liver. You definitely 100% have to cook freshwater fish. Cannot eat it raw. Freshwater fish carry a ton of different parasites, some worms. You have to clean freshwater fish, or you have to cook freshwater fish. You can be a little bit more lenient on saltwater fish, but they can carry parasites too, but not near as much as freshwater fish. I've said this before and I'll say it again because this is something that you may very well run into. You can run into railroad tracks, you can run into roads. You think that you're going to hit direct salvation with that because it is man-made. You're going to feel nice and comfy, honestly, and excited when you see them because it's something that another human has touched and you haven't seen another human in a few days. Don't get fooled. You can follow them, but they can go on, as you know, forever before they reach any type of stop, any type of civilization that can help you. And the same with the road. So unless you have a map, I would stay on the course that you're going, and ignore the fact that it's here. Unless you know that area, that it is very active, it is an active road that you know of in the area, because you've been there before, or if it's an active railroad track, then you might want to camp out there and see what you can wait for. But if it's an area that you don't know and you don't have a map and you don't know where it leads to and you have really not a great idea where you are, you're better just to stay on horse, in my opinion. I actually was saying in a couple of my other streams that I was concerned that I did something. I heard something. I was concerned that I did something because my food and water and health and stuff wasn't going down fast enough. But then I realized that for the longest period of time, I've only ever played hardcore um, maps. So everything goes down a hell of a lot quicker in a hardcore than it does just a standard vanilla. And this is Charnaroos vanilla. It's a vanilla server. So so if that is east, then we are headed in the right direction. If it's true. Because we joined the server as the sun was just coming up. So should be headed in the right direction. If this server follows the proper solar cycles, solar and lunar cycles. There's a road, salvation, easy fix. We're just going to walk down that road and we're going to find a nice diner and everybody's going to help us and life is going to be great. There is shit down that road, we're not going there. That's what's going to run through your mind. You're going to honestly think that just around the corner, just around that bend, just over that horizon, and it's very easy to talk yourself into, you know what, I'm just going to walk down there and take a look around the bend to see what I see. And you can do that. Just make sure that you put some marker in the middle of the road. If you have to head back, you know exactly where you left off. Remember, you're already lost. You're feeling confident in the direction you're going. Don't give yourself a reason to lose that confidence. It doesn't feel good. I have this really weird feeling I'm going to run into a bear here soon. I don't want to. Okay, we are just going to sit here and we're going to take ourselves a break. We're going to have a little something to eat, maybe a little sip of water. We have the food, let's use it. Keep our energy up, keep our water up, keep our food going. Okay. About a 5-minute breather. We're wet. We're not happy, but we're going to keep on moving. And once you reach your rendezvous point, you're keeping track of the days someplace. You know, you're going to mark them on your spear how many days you've been out there, because your mind will start thinking, and then you'll actually start second guessing yourself. Has it been 2 days? Has it been 3 days? Has it been 2 days? It's always good to set yourself a reminder. And on day 4, it's going to be different for everybody, but when I do solo trips myself, for 5, 7, 10 days, whatever, day 4 is the worst for me, for missing home, to miss the comforts of home, to miss the family, to miss your dog. Day 4 is the worst for me. It actually sits with me, and I think about it constantly. And you really got to try to fight not to do that, or either turn that into aggression to get yourself out, or get you to where you need to be, or to do the extra things that you need to do, to get back to your family. But with me, I'm comfortable. I'm not lost. I'm not in a survival situation. I'm just camping. But that's day 4 is when I actually start missing people. And then after day 5, right down till I'm done to like even day 10, I think about them, but I'm not missing them. I hope that doesn't sound bad, but it's true. I'm at the edge of the map, guys. If that is the sun, and that's east, and I'm directly kind of going west, I fucking... I'm gonna follow the edge of this map. I'm gonna go down. I'm not confident I'm getting the right directions from this sun, so my apologies from that, or for that. I do know from my location I needed to go southeast. Remember I was talking about foraging? There's a mushroom. Let's pick it up. It is rotten. Um, Actually, we'll leave it because it is rotten. We got some food, but even if it was rotten, you can pick it up, you can boil it, you could fry it, you can cook it. I'd still eat it. It'll still have a moisture value, and it still will have some food value. Hey, Friar, what kind of, in the UK, and I'm sorry for my ignorance, but I've never ever looked, but what kind of game animals do you have in the UK? Like, I mean, I know all the small game and stuff like that will be relatively close and relatively the same, but, as for deer, or moose or all that other stuff, like, I mean, you guys have a lot of, like, roe deer or something, I feel. Is that correct? I gotta go wide of this whole base. I'm thinking that sun is going to be closer to south. I don't think it moves on this map accurate. hunting is not really done the way you think. Oh no. So what's different? I know you're working, dude, so if you don't have time to answer, I get that too, but you just piqued my interest a little bit. Hey, Nikki. Thanks so much. 6 months. That's awesome. Appreciate you for sure. I just realized, Nikki, that in game, I do not believe that the sun is accurate. I don't think it moves across the sky. I think it stays in the same direction. So we're kind of backpedaling a little bit, because if it does stay in the same direction, I was actually going in the wrong direction. So oh, okay. So you guys really don't game hunt that much there. Late for class. That's right. I'll hold you back in detention. Fry was just telling us about game and what kind of hunting that they do. So they used to use. So that was the old fox hunt with hounds or Jack Russells and stuff like that, right? So it would be. What do we got here? It would be more of a sport, opposed to. Oops, sorry guys. Got to remember on this server, I got to.
Yeah, I want to see the spread, dude. I want to see the spread.
Got to set up the notification.
Look at that chicken. I got nothing. I got the glow stick in behind it. It's
Whoa,
popping.
Dude. The lighting.
It pops. It pops. Yeah.
Give me
Oh, hey man.
Hello, sir. You're naked, sir. No shoes, no shirt, no service.
Yeah,
Okay,
pheasant
I
and
can
quail
sell
and
you a
stuff
shirt.
like that. Yeah.
You're gonna have to stay outside.
Well, that's
till you dress
okay,
yourself.
Nicky.
Well, if you sell me something, then it's service, right?
All right, sir. This is charity. Just put that on.
Babysitting is very important.
Why are you naked?
All right, I just got to have a bio
Yeah,
break
wow.
here for a second,
Yeah.
guys.
Oh,
Who?
Yeah, there's a couple of clips here. Obviously,
Got
Nikki
robbed. They stole
and
all your
Fire,
damn
you've probably
clothes
seen them
too.
before. You were
Bastards.
probably actually watching
Yeah,
these things
real
as they
bad.
happen. These
I'm
are just
tempted to
ones that
jump
I
in
think
fire and start
are
the
really,
server.
really funny.
No.
That
This
I
isn't
enjoyed. They were a
sir,
great time.
This is a store.
I'm starting to put
This is
together
a place
more of
business.
these. I'm starting to
You do it yourself, do it somewhere
starting to
else.
video edit it, edit a
Oh,
little bit more. I want to
God,
put
this is
something
our
together
property.
for
This is our
my
premises, dude.
starting
We've been running
page
this
and ending
operation.
page,
Do you not
and
see the? I mean,
also
look at
get
this.
my YouTube up
I'd
to par
invite
where
you
it
in
should
if you're
be.
naked. That's against me.
You need
Yeah.
some shrimp on the Barbie. I know it. I know.
No, get off of that.
I will be right back.
Get off of there,
Yes.
bro.
Hit-
Bad
hit
for
me
business.
for
Get
the-
on out of here. I'm gonna call the
So,
apocalypse
that
police.
makes sense.
You know you want to shoot him
shoot
with a
me.
pit.
Yeah, shoot me. That's even
That would be
better.
kind of
Yeah,
cool,
yeah.
at least.
Here,
Wait.
Let's warm it up. Let's warm it up.
Oh, it's so bad for business.
It is. We got to get rid of the body. There we go. I found one.
Maybe I should do that since you don't have a glove.
Oh, I got gloves
You
on.
do have gloves.
Yeah.
Where the fuck did he come from?
I have no idea. Okay, I'm gonna go get rid of the body.
Oh, no, I'm not. Gonna run around this large body of water over to another water tower.
Talk to me. Wake up, Goose. Talk to me. See me choking him? Choking the chicken? Oh, sorry. There's a zombie. I'm gonna go punch the zombie with my cock. Jesus. Why is that zombie so tough? Maybe the cock isn't hard enough?
I'm thinking that's probably the issue, actually.
There, I finally killed him. I'm bleeding. I gotta put my cock down.
Beat the fuck out of him.
Anybody shooting? Fuck off!
You've made a terrible mistake.
Yeah, we sent
You
our
have no
dinos to you. Fuck
idea
off.
what power we possess.
We're with 11 people.
We have 12 people in here. You're better off to go home and fuck your mother.
Fuck your dino. Fuck your dino.
Alright, someone else's turn. There's a big battery in it. Oh, that really pissed them off, didn't it?
Don't kill us. We have a big YouTuber in here. Don't.
Do it again. Do it again.
Oh, that's funny.
Do it again. Do it again. Hey, do it again.
What the hell, man?
Do it again. I need to get to the road.
I'm getting a lot of fruit anyway.
God damn it. God damn it. God damn it. Damn it, do it again. My fruit, get me.
Getting lots of fruit.
Fuck. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck?
Right on, right on.
You're gonna jump off the tower.
Do a flip.
For what?
No, don't. No, we need to.
Wait,
we
go
need
all
to
the way to the
lead.
top and see how far you can make it.
Yeah. All the way to the
Triple
top,
cow
all the way.
cow.
Alright, let's take bets. How far do you guys think she's gonna make it? Stand wherever you think she's gonna
I
land.
can't let you kill yourself.
Alright.
Here. On
So-
this thing. On this thing.
No, no, Dad.
Hey, it's right back.
He said, I can't let you do it.
Excuse me. Sucking back some food quickly.
Don't do it.
I remember I haven't eaten all day. It won't. I promise.
Yeah.
Okay,
Spoiler.
let's get back.
Spoiler.
After a certain
Tell us.
point,
Say something
she can't hear
special.
us because she's gonna be too
Something
high up.
special.
Yeah. Some lost words.
That
Well,
was beautiful.
Sarah, we'll tell everybody your story.
She's gonna be like, I was a man.
Oh, yeah. You got to get back to work. Sorry, buddy.
Should have done.
We can't let her.
Insane.
We can't let her commit suicide. I feel like I should shoot her.
You should try.
I thought so too. Try. See if we can kill her before she hits the ground.
We'll jump back into it. Yeah, so after we get this one done, like I said, I might take a couple 3 weeks or maybe a month break on the survival thing, and then we'll jump back into it again, and we'll work on whether we want to do a winter survival, whether we want to do what you would do in a pandemic where you had to stay away from people. If you don't have enough stuff, like, I mean, we'll figure it all out, and we'll do another one. So this looks more realistic to me. This, I feel we're probably going in a better direction than what we were. Again, if we weren't doing so well already, this would be This would be perfect. You got water, you have fish, we have hooks. We'd be doing alright. We just got to get around this and then get back up the hill and get moving. Again, if this was, if I was just playing the game and not trying to do something a little educational, I'd be like barreling and running places where I need to get quick. But you'd want to conserve energy, so we're just moving slow. We're moving steady. Because of the deer we had, or the venison we had, we got enough food. We got some good water. We're actually doing really, really well, guys. We're surviving really, really well. We had a lot of luck, and we did very well. As I mentioned earlier, and always mentioned, always look for opportunities when you're running around as well, whether it be mushrooms, food, squirrel nests, in certain areas, and it depends on the time of the season. Squirrel nests, they'll actually gather a whole bunch of food that's edible and store it. If you can reach them and steal it from the squirrel, and possibly get the squirrel itself, it's going to be food for you. Oh, something I was trying to mention before, and I don't know if I mentioned it yet. Yeah, we're crossing the same place. We're going back in the same damn direction, which I think is the right direction. It's just that we made some tracks in the wrong direction. So, something I mentioned before. So, when you're in a situation like this, you're going to be very, very stressed, and you're going to be sweating, and you're not going to smell the best. But because the fact that you're stressed, your sweat's going to stink even more so than just normal. It's not going to be a nice scent to try to go to sleep with. So if you don't have water, or if you don't have means to keep yourself warm after you take a bath in cold water, you're going to want to look for. There's a couple of items that'll really, really help you. Juniper is one of them. If you can take a juniper smoke bath, and it has antibacterial properties that will actually kill the bacteria that's on you and make you smell better. And you actually do feel a little bit refreshed, to be honest. The other thing is the sphagnum moss. You can pick that stuff up and give yourself a little whore bath. Sorry, I shouldn't call it that. Give yourself a little wipe down. That's going to help as well. And at nighttime, for bugs in an area like this, if you take some of these pine boughs, this is probably going to be spruce, but if you take some of these pine boughs and actually burn it and smoke yourself over the fire, it's an excellent, excellent bug deterrent. I never take bug spray out. I don't like the chemicals of bug spray. I don't like putting it on my body. So anytime that we're out camping before night falls, this might be a good lookout point. Before night falls, I give myself a pine needle bath, smoke myself. Okay, so that looks like the coast to me. So we might be doing well. We're not going down into any of those areas. We're trying to stay away from those areas, but areas like this are actually also really good just to get a nice vantage point where you are, where you're going. If you can see any type of food, any type of
pretty much anything that you can utilize. It's a good place to look. Be very careful though. If you fell from here, you'd be fucked. Oops. So I said before you showed up, Nikki, and I think I've mentioned it once before that I'm actually good. I'll actually do. I'm gonna actually do some videos of the things that I'm talking about in here. Videos on how to, like we talked about a smoke bath. I'll do some videos on how to do the smoke bath. I'll do some videos on a couple different ways on how to start friction fire. And I'll post them on the Discord. I might move everything over into a new channel on the Discord, just simulated survival. That way I can, put everything underneath it so it's all in one place. I like doing this. It actually helps me refresh my memory on a lot of these items that I've learned over the years. Obviously, I'm not getting a whole lot of views on it. It doesn't seem like there's a ton of interest out there for me doing this. But you know, I'm going to keep it up. I enjoy it. Okay, so we've went a few kilometers, so now's the time to actually stop. Let's take a little bit of a break. We're not going to stop moving because we're going to really try to push for that camp today. So we're there on day 5 for people. But you do have to stop. You do have to refuel. And that's what we're going to do. Okay, we have a little feed shack in here, which, as a rule, we're allowed to go in and check. Oh, and by the way, guys, if you guys find a feeder with corn or anything like that in it, use it. Take it. Take the food. And we have a hat, which I'll take. Help with the rain. And then back in action. Can you eat what, Nikki? The dried corn and stuff like that. That's would be in a deer stand, like deer feed? Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. If you can find it, I would eat it. Absolutely. I'd boil it because there's no way you'd be able to chew it. If you could boil it, but even if you couldn't, just swallowing it whole will actually give you a little bit of nutrients. Corn's really, really hard because the hull that's on the outside of the corn isn't really that digestible, which I'm sure everybody knows. So you kind of have to crush it up. So even if you couldn't do it, if you could crush it up a little bit, maybe take some of the fat that you have, you could actually make some like corn bana or something like that. You have some use for it. Yeah, you definitely want to make sure it's crushed up or boiled. And like I said, you can make bread. You can do a lot of things with it. Can't go in that house, guys. And I really don't want to run into a zombie because that's not realistic. But if I do, I'll have to kill it. Or we'll just go wide of it. We'll be all right. Yeah, anything that you think is edible, that looks normal to you in real life, like that type of corn or cow corn or any type of vegetables, mushrooms, be very careful about mushrooms. You have to know what you can eat, and it's different in every country. Like I said, I know a lot of wild edibles, but I also know there's a lot of other plants that look like the wild edibles that you want to eat. I generally don't take that chance. There is ways you can test everything by touching on your tongue, touching on your skin, touching on your tongue, chewing it a little bit, spitting it out, see if it's edible for you. But it's been my thought and my experience that eating foliage like that, like greens and foliage, it'll give you a lot of minerals. It'll give you that pleasure of actually swallowing and eating something, but it really doesn't do much for you. So unless you know 100% for sure that what you're looking at is clear and edible, I wouldn't even touch it. So there's a pear. That pear is also rotten. In reality, I would actually take that pear and I would eat a rotten pear. Rotten fruit is not going to make you sick. Rotten fruit ferments. And it's actually good for your belly, to be honest with you. Fermented food is very good for your belly. Now, if it's rotten too much, it might get you drunk, but, whatever. Yeah, and if you find a lot of fruit and you're stuck in there and all that other stuff, I can teach you guys also how to make distilled booze out of fruit. Make obviously fruit wine just from the natural yeasts and everything else like that. I've done it all. I have a feeling that Tox area, so we can't go there. Oh, we're going in the right direction. Southeast way, hopefully. just checking out what's ahead of me here. I think we're okay. If we can find that camp tonight, we're golden. We're done. We got food. We'll dry ourselves out. We'll set ourselves up for the night. And next week, I'll start to lobby people who want to come in and be my pickup crew. And if we don't get there today, we have one more day. We have day 5 that we absolutely have to get there in the daylight. Anybody that's coming for you probably come closer to midday or so. So you'd have the morning and you'd have the time still to push there. And, you know, they know you're hiking, so they may even wait there. And if they don't see you on day 6, I'm telling you, that's when they'll call out for search and rescue. Well, before that rendered, that looked like an animal, some type of animal. I don't want to get attacked by wolves again. That was terrifying. Okay, so essentially, if we didn't have enough water, we'd be filling up the pot, we'd be filling up our water, we'd be using our chlorine, or we'd be boiling the water later. So any chance you get to actually top up your water, as long as you make sure that you have ways to keep it clean, is a great thing to do. Don't forget about that. And you might want to take a break there. You might want to wash your face. You might want to just do anything that's going to refresh you a little bit. Yeah. I do like my spear, though. Talk zone over there. We're getting into some civilization here that we're going to have to work our way around. It also doesn't help getting your bearings when you have to change direction. But that's the rule I set for myself, so that's what I'm going to have to do. And normally I should be able to allow myself to check that, but we're too close to civilization. So I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to go wide of it. Slow I don't know if you were here when I mentioned it, Nikki, but in a few other streams, you remember me being concerned that I did something. Oh, shit. I'm going to have to sneak right through the center here. You remember me talking about thinking that I did something because my food and everything wasn't going down as quick as I thought it should. Then I remembered this is a vanilla server, so it's not hardcore at all. All the servers that I've been playing for a long time have all been hardcore, so your food, your water, your health, and everything goes down at a much slower rate when it's just vanilla. Now you see, in essence, I should be able to take that chicken. It would be like a grouse or something. I'm not going to chase it, though. I'm not going to waste my energy. Especially when I got a ton of food already. If you were really lost and you were really in a survival situation in real life and you came across something like this, it'd just be heaven. That's what the noise was. I have the dog on the side of my chair, and when he's calming himself down for the night, he likes to clean himself, so he'll clean his feet more so than anything else. So with my earphones on, I kept on hearing flip, 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 and I couldn't make sense of what it was until I looked over my chair. So I think we're going to have a really good feel on where we are when we get up into that tree break right up there. We'll get over the edge and we'll have a better understanding of where we are. I feel good actually about this direction right now. I feel pretty good about it anyway. Doesn't mean anything. If I am going in the direction that I'm thinking I'm going in, IG, over that hill, we should be finding another creek someplace, or just over that hill is going to be another high mountain. Yeah. If I am where I think I am. I think I know that town. I'm just trying to remember what the hell it's called. been a while since I actually played like Full Namalsk. Or not Full Namalsk, I'm sorry. Full Shenarus. Sorry. Charnarus. Charnarus. Tree stand? It is a tree stand. Excellent. I would love if we came across an orienteering compass or some type of compass in that tree stand. That would be a bonus find in a situation like this. Absolutely. If I do find one in there after I just said it, I didn't stage it, I promise. When did I start playing? I started playing when it first came out. I want to say 2012, 2013 is when I first started playing Dayz, and then I stopped for a while. And then at that point in time, there's no way that I could afford a proper new build of a computer system. So I started playing console, and then I found Dayz in console. Those rounds going to make any difference for me? I think this is 308s. Yeah, those rounds don't mean anything to me, so I'm not going to take them. Yeah, and then I stopped for a while, and then I started playing console, and then honestly, I started mucking around with Twitch a little bit about a year ago. I'd have to go back and see when I actually started my first stream. But I think I've been mucking on and off for about a year, and really got into it a little more. Nikki, in streaming and stuff like that, about 6 or 7 months ago is when I think I really started to get into it. Like, you know, bought my new PC, got the PC set up, started really getting into PC streaming, opposed to streaming every now and again when I was playing console. So since I started playing PC and signed up for Steam and got it through, I got about 800 hours, I guess, in Dayz. 900 hours. Like nothing at all compared to. It took a little while to get affiliate, but to be honest with you, once I stopped caring whether I got affiliate or not, that's when it happened. I just really enjoy this interaction. I would enjoy. Oh, there's another feed stand. I really enjoy just talking to people while we're playing, and hopefully people enjoy the content that I'm doing. And I'd like to just get a fan base completely organically. Like I don't want to run around and push it too hard and everything else. I want people to come and check me out, and if they like what I got, they can stick around. And if they don't, they can go, you know? Okay. Yeah. I know this place. I know this place. Just gotta put two and two together here. I'm gonna have to come real wide here and go up over, because I need to get up over that hill right in there. Alright. Let's do it. Really want to avoid any zombies. Thanks, Nikki. You're awesome. Yeah, I gotta go very, very wide here. Gonna be zombies through those woods, too. Okay, we're heading directly. Ah, still fucking sun. Keeping a very close eye out for zombies. I don't know how many whacks you can take with these spears and a bone knife. I don't imagine too many before they break and you have to replace the tips. Okay guys, now is about the time where we're going to want to set another marker. To show people the direction we're going in case we don't make where we want to go. You want to make sure that people have an idea of the direction that you've traveled. So we're going to keep on traveling this way. Want to put it in the wide open. Just drop it here. So like I said before, I am only no, I don't want to do that. Let's run up. So that's going to show us in the, actually that's not quite the direction that we're going. That's better. That's going to show them, but what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to set something out there that's bigger, that's going to stand out, whether it's bushes or anything else, and you're going to want to make sure that you have some type of arrow in front of that to show the exact direction. Laying a stick down like this, like I'm doing right now, you could be going in two directions for anybody that's looking, but obviously we don't have the means to very easily put an arrow to this, so just using it more so as a prop just to show you what you should be doing. And if there's any way to make it a bright color, any way to stand things out, any way to do anything, do whatever you need to do. And really, at the end of the day, if you know that search and rescue is looking for you, you know you're on day 6 or 7, obviously somebody's looking for you, I'd set this whole damn forest on fire. I would try to do as much of a control burn as I could. Oh, we are in the right direction. Remember I said earlier if I should be coming across a creek here soon? Oh, this could be good. This could be good. Still got a ways, but I feel that we're going in the right way, the right direction. Let's look for a place that's relatively close to cross. But yeah, try to do as much of a control burn as you can, but if you need to live, then you do whatever you need to do. And if that's burning down a bit of forest, then that's what you need to do. Yeah, we need to get up to the top of this hill. I have a fairly good idea that we're relatively close, so this is good. It does sound bad. It honestly does sound bad. But when you're in the situation where you could live or die, I've said it before, I'll say it many times, I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. So put me in jail, I don't care. I'm alive. Not wide enough. Gotta go wider. Yeah, I gotta get around this whole army base, and this army base is freaking huge. But I am in the right. I'm getting into the right direction of where I want to go. So we should be okay. You know, and then after we get done all this, and I show people, I make a few videos and show people how to make a proper fiction fire and all that other stuff, I'll hold a contest or something. I'll hold a contest for you guys to show me, but I'd have to see it's you making a friction fire and getting it started. And then we'll have some type of prize draw or something. I'll make the winner a traditional bow, or I'll forge them a knife, or you know, we can do something like that, or just have some type of other gift. You know, I think it'd be kind of cool. I'd feel good to know that some of the people that I spend a lot of time with has the ability to make a friction fire, because to be honest, if you can have a fire in the wild, half of your worries are over. You should. You should. Just remember all your parts, if you don't remember Nikki. Your hearth, your spindle, your bearing block, and your bow. There's really some complex ones that you can make. You can make a pump drill. There's a bunch of different ones you can make, but to be honest, the easiest and the most effective is going to be your bow drill. Hand drill you can do, but it's going to take more time. For some, I know some people that can start a hand drill in 30 seconds. It's phenomenal, and it's just a matter of the right humidity, the right wood, the right time, and the right person doing it. People can move their hands in the way that a hand drill needs to be moved. I am not that. What's the word I'm looking for? I can't do it that well. It takes me, with a hand drill, on average, it'll take me probably about 7 to 10 minutes to start a fire, in the proper conditions with the proper wood. Yeah. Well, you know, a lot of the times when people actually start a friction fire like that, as soon as they see smoke, they're like, okay, that's good, and they'll stop. And what happens is you're actually just undoing all the work. So once you start seeing smoke, you double your efforts at that point in time. You know now that you have friction, and you know that that friction is creating heat. Now you double your efforts until you see that smoking cinder, that little smoking cinder or smoking bundle that you've created from it, burning independently of itself. Now you have a coal. Now that's what's going to make your fire. Yeah. I always say, if you see smoke, go for broke. That's my saying. See smoke, go for broke. Just go harder. I might be getting stepped around here. I think that's the... Of course, it'd have to rain and hide the sun on me. And you need a fibrous wood for the hearth. This is what I like. You can do it either way, but I like a fibrous wood for the hearth. And I like a hardwood or semi-hardwood for the drill. Now, if all you can find, or you do find cedar, you can use cedar. Cedar is actually really good. You can use it both for the hearth and the drill, and it works relatively well, but it has to be dry. So that went from... See, to me, in real life, I would actually search this area. I'd search this area for tools, for knives, for any type of metal, anything else that I could use if I didn't have it. And the reason for that is it's very weird, unless there is like a floodplain or something, which this doesn't look like it would be, that you would go from a dense forest to something that's a little bit more open in a little bit of a field, if there wasn't some type of human occupation here at some point in time. Or it could have been an actual forest fire that burnt some of this stuff down, but you'd be able to tell that by digging into the dirt, maybe even 2 or 3 only inches, and you should be able to see a layer of soot there if there was a fire there recently in the last, few years. But looking at things like this, if there was a fire here, this tree may have lived, but you'd see burns up on the tree. This would be a normal growth, but some of these other trees that are old would be 30, 40, 50, 60, 100 years old or more. You'd start seeing burn marks and stuff on them. So something to always think about. You know, what can I find? What are my benefits? Let's use anything that's available to us if you need to. If you don't have a use for it, don't pretend that you're going to find a use for it and carry it. Just drop it and go. When I go on hiking trips now, it's all about the ounces. I used to take way too much. Like way too much. And like hunting and camping or hiking and camping trips. I think I'm right on the coast, guys. So we went south a good way. So I just got to know if I'm beyond south. Oh no, fuck, I'm not on the coast yet. I thought for sure this was going to be the coast. Wow, this is going to be a big runaround, guys. But we got to do it. Don't need a spark plug. Wow, I gotta get around this somehow. Holy shit. I'm almost positive what I'm looking for is right in there. Like right beyond this. But we're gonna have to go around. That's gonna be a while. I know I said don't run. Holy Jesus. Get through here. I'm gonna have to go this way. I know I said you're not gonna run, but to actually put some time together, because we have to run a lot around these places, I'm just gonna make up some time. Like I said, I haven't eaten much today at all, so I had just a little mouthful of something, but every now and again when I'm making pastry, I'll put together something for some, you know, beef or salmon Wellington. I'll make some pastry and I'll freeze it. But I also put together a chicken pot pie, and it's being cooked in the oven right now, and I'm smelling it, and I'm just drooling. Pastries, I freeze it sometimes for leftovers. Yeah, no, absolutely. You know, anytime I'm making something that takes patience, takes finesse. I'm not very much of a finesse guy, but if I'm making pastry or something like that, I'll make a shitload of it, because it really doesn't take you much longer to make 3 times or 4 times the size of your recipe or formula than it does to, you know, just make the normal amount. So it just comes down to the rolling and folding. You're a big foodie, though, aren't you, Nikki? Like, I mean, I feel, I see the things you cook, and, yeah. I think you're one of those people that are extremely good at cooking. It is. I find it relaxing, too. I really enjoy it, especially if you're just tooling around. I'm not a guy that likes to sit around too much. I like to be using my brain or my body if I have spare time. That's why I like actually streaming and gaming. I'm using my brain. Better than sitting around drooling watching a movie, but well, you know what? I'm the same way. I have recipes that I have made. I have certain sausage that I make myself, and I've failed. I don't know how many times I have until I wouldn't say failed, but it's not exactly what I want. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. You take that taste, it's missing something for your palate. You add a little bit, you try it, worked out good or it didn't. Takes you a long time to get that recipe down, and when you do have it down, sure, you write it down, but you never need to use it again. You have it in your head. I like experimental cooking. I like going in and trying to just say to myself, you know what? This would probably actually work well with this or not work well, you know? You never write them down, eh? I gotta get out of here and get back into the woods. Exactly. I do too. Okay, this shed is still too close to civilization, so I'm not going to go into it to follow my own rules. But hopefully I can get back to the woods here soon. I think we're doing good, guys. I think we're actually on the right track. Once we get up to these woods up in the hills, we are going to set up camp. We're going to get a fire going, and it looks like we're going to have to do the hardest push on day 5. I feel that I'm super, super close, though. Ooh, no, don't go there. I really do. I really feel that I'm super close. I just need 1 or 2 more. Oh, baking? Sorry, I just need 1 or 2 more visuals to know where I am, but I feel I'm up there. Yeah, so I don't know if I've said this before or not. Like, I mean, I'm an IT guy, but I do have my organic baking papers when I was working with a company here. When I was younger, going to school. So baking, I can eyeball. The funny thing is baking, the recipes are supposed to be called formulas, because you're working with not chemicals but live bacteria cultures and stuff like that. Yeah, I can. When it comes to baking, I can eyeball just by eyeballing the dough in one touch to know exactly what it needs. And you can almost start any type of bread baking with 2 and 2 is what I call it, right? 2 cups to 2 teaspoons to, well, we call it superpower, but we used to put Lexicon together and all that other stuff. But you would generally just use baking powder, baking soda, sorry. I put a little bit of baking soda in. So 2 and 2, that's your base starter. Get the stuff going in there while your yeast is using or getting active. Get it live. Dump the yeast in. Anyway. We've done a lot of stuff. One of the things that I really like to make, and I haven't probably in about 2 years, is we used to make the best apple strudel. And I have all of their recipes in my head. Not one is written down, but I have all their recipes. Right, for their Splexgluten. Anyway, just a bunch of really cool stuff. But the apple strudel's awesome. And the raisins that you use for the apple strudel, we actually soak in rum for 24 hours before we mix them in. And then we make the pastry, and the pastry has to sit and settle for 48 hours as well. Just their rules, and it freaking works. Now I'm going to have to make apple strudel. I love it. Oh, you don't like the raisins? Well, these raisins are nice and plump, full of rum, so you might like those, Nikki. We also make some very, very fine streusel and put it over the apple strudel. Once you actually put the apricot glaze on it, you put the streusel over the top of it. It's really, really phenomenal. Yeah. So you would like currants more so opposed to, like, you know, big raisins. A lot of people think they're exactly the same thing. In essence, they kind of are, but they're really not. I know that sounds really weird, but I shouldn't be this close. I was going to look for apples on the ground. In a situation like this, obviously you'd be checking every tree, and you would eat any rotten apple or anything else that was down on the ground. Because again, fruit is very rarely, very, very rarely ever going to make you sick. It ferments while it rots. So. Oh, that's hilarious. I used to have a father-in-law one time. My mother was married like 5 times, give or take. So I can't even remember which one it was. Anyway, he used to be full of shit, to be honest with you. So he would say that he can tell the taste and tell you what apple is inside of an apple pie, which I believe can happen. They do have different tastes. I can pick out a few. I could not pick out them all. I know I couldn't. But he said he could pick out every one of them. That's just what he does. That's how he is. So I actually made an apple pie out of soda crackers. I made an apple pie out of soda crackers, and he told me, yep, those are Spries. Those are Spries. Dead on. I'd bet my life on it. And then I told him to open it up. I opened up the top of it, and it was fucking soda crackers, and he couldn't believe it. Poor man's pie, absolutely. I just wanted to prove that he was full of shit. Apple juice and soda crackers. I don't know if you'd want to call that a poor man's pie, because the amount of soda crackers that you use, it'd probably be cheaper to put real apples in it. This is going to be a nice, awesome place to camp. Oh my God, this would be a perfect little spot for a campsite. Wouldn't it? In IRL, you would sit up here. Actually, I would come over here and I would sit up here. I'd have a fire like right here, and I'd be sitting right beside it and just watching the sun go down. That is the coast out there. It's not. Well, maybe it is. I don't know. That'd be awesome. I think I'm going to set up right down there. I just like the look of it. In real life, just so you know, guys, I would never, ever, ever set up a camp right here. Ever. Ground is hard. It's going to be cold. Rock is going to stay cold. I would never set one. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to set one up here, Nikki. I would love to, just because I'd like to see what it looks like. But this is supposed to be reality. So we're going to set it up here. We're going to go up in this tree line. Well, this is a perfect little spot right in here, too. Always look up when you're setting up camp. You look for dead trees. You look for anything that looks really dead. These ones don't look dead. The sun's hitting them wrong. It's fine to be here, but any dead trees, anything like that, if you can't push them down or knock them down, just don't camp there. Nothing worse in the world than waking up in the morning and being woke up by a log that landed on your head and killed you. It's not a good scene. You can only gather bark from that guy. We're not going to do that. Okay, so first of all, we're just going to set up our tent. I think we're absolutely close. Actually, just give me one quick second. Before I get through all this, I got to have a little quick bio break. I'll be back in 2 minutes. Oops, sorry about that, Nikki. Sorry about, I was moving around. I decided to move a little bit. Because of all those dead trees there, we should move around. And while it's sunlight, I thought maybe we should move a titch more. But I think, like I said, I feel that I'm really freaking close, but I can't have a strong pinpoint on where we are. So let's just take a look up over here. That was the town that we just looked at. Oh no, it's not really a town. So, I know we're so close. Like, I want to say that it's around me somewhere. We'll just look over here, and if it's not, if I can't recognize anything, then we'll set camp. Oh, shitty, shitty, shitty. Okay, hang on one second here. I think it's right down there. I think that's the camp. Oh shit, if this is it, I'll be so freaking happy. If I can see some deer stands on that space there. Maybe not. Looks so much like it though, Nikki. I thought I heard a bear go, "Rrrr." That would suck. If we were right so close to where we needed to be and got killed by a bear, that would suck. I think that's it. I really do. See any tree stands. I was pretty positive. Oh, there's one right there. Oh shit, Nikki, I think we're here. Oh, we did. We made it. We made the camp. We made the camp. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Fucking right, we made the camp. Okay. Holy shit, we made the camp. Oh my god. You have no idea, Nikki, how freaked out I was that in 5 days we wouldn't actually make the camp because I wasn't positive on my direction by the sun or anything else like that. Oh, I'm so happy. Yeah. I just gotta take a peek. I gotta see what's going to be a bunch of zombies down there that maybe I'm going to need to take care of. Fuck, Nikki, we made the camp. Oh my god. I'm so excited. Sweet as pie, guys. Sweet as pie. We made the camp. Now we just gotta wait for our guys to come find us. What we're gonna do is we'll end up setting up on day 5. We'll end up setting up 3 or 4 fires. We'll keep on feeding those fires. We'll feed ourselves. So anybody who's looking for this camp, because they have to come in and look for. It's so fucking awesome, Nick. I can't believe we made it. I was so throughout this whole stream, throughout the whole 4 days that we've been doing this stream, I was so concerned about the sun direction and where it was, but it actually kind of pinpointed properly. What I did find out is the sun actually doesn't move. The sun is true in the map for setting, but it doesn't move across the sky that I can see. So yeah, on day 5, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go in here, guys, and we're gonna sign out. We did something great. We made it here. You're tired. You're so excited that you're here. You're gonna have a great night's sleep because now you got something where you feel safe and secure. Nothing can get to you in there. You're gonna have a nice warm fire. You're gonna fill your belly. You feel awesome right now. The only thing that we have to do now on day 5 is, because it is an abandoned camp, we have a general idea, and they have a map on where the camp should be, where they should come and find us. But we're want to go home so bad, and we want to make sure that people can find us so bad that we'll set up 3 or 4 different fires. I'll start sending out for people to come find me in the camp. I'll see who wants to join in, and I'll let them in this private server. But then I'll set up a whole bunch of fires, and they have to come and find me. So I'll try to make noise. I'll try to set up fires. I'll try to lead them to me, because that's what you're going to want to do if it was search and rescue. So I'll send out some tweets. I'll put stuff in my Discord in the next few days for next week. Holy shit. I'm actually really I'm stoked that we actually found it. Super stoked. I knew it was close. Kept on saying, I knew it was close. I knew it was close. Anyway, that's awesome. Oh yeah, look at that. You got beds, you got everything. Oh, are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? I go through this whole thing saying, God, I wish one of those tree stands would have a compass. The first door I open in the hunting camp, there's a compass. Screw you. Well, that's awesome. That's awesome. So we made a bunch of tracks. I got turned around, so it took us quite a bit of time, because I was hoping that the sun on this server did actually rise, excuse me, in the east, set in the west, but it looks like it's more so southwestish that the sun stays in. So as long as we know that it doesn't change on this map or on the other maps, we can still use it for direction. But I got turned around a couple of times. It was hard because we had to run around the structures and everything, just because of the rules I gave myself. But we made it to the camp. I'm not going to say that we're survivors yet of this whole ordeal, but until we get people to come and pick us up and meet us, I wouldn't say that this is a full success, but we're here, and you people should be meeting you here as per your rules tomorrow, and what you laid out at the very beginning before you took your trip. So hopefully that they're all going to be here and it's fine. But right now, your main priority would be is get warm. You're feeling awesome. You're going to be full of energy. But actually use that to get warm, maybe collect some wood, enough for you to burn tomorrow on those 5 fires. Get yourself a great night's sleep, have something hot to drink, eat until your belly is full because you got a pond just outside of your door now. And you also know that you have hooks, so you have means to feed yourself as well. Again, hopefully, if there's fish in there, but you're doing extremely well right now, and you'd be so happy and proud and energetic. I don't know what you would do, but you're in a very good spot now for survival. And I would say 99% you made it. Even if they can't find it and search and rescue is sent out, they're going to search these places because that's where you were supposed to meet. Like, you pretty much made it home. So this is awesome. It's good stuff. And I purposely on this map dumped myself someplace where I've never been, so I wasn't sure of where I was going. I did that purposely. I don't know uh, Charnaroos as much as some other people do. I know it fairly well down around the coast area and stuff, but not so much north. So that's why I wanted to dump myself there and bring myself down, because it was a little bit of a challenge for me too. So um, it's awesome. Yeah, it is a great outcome. We actually made it. I didn't want to come through all this and actually fail at it, um, but it was fun. It was really fun. So what we'll do, like I said, is we'll come here on day 5. I'll see if I can get some people that actually want to meet me here in game, and I'll start a bunch of fires. I'll try to lead them to me, um, so they don't have to use a map. I'll try to lead them to me. I'll give them a general idea on where I should be and what general direction, and then we'll go from there. And then once they get in there, this outcome is done, and it was a success. So it's good. And then what I'll do also is, when I'm done all this, is I'll post it on my Discord, but I'll write down all the key things that I talked about, and then that way we can have it as a reference, like what you should do on day 1 if something happens, the key things you should be looking for day 2, those types of things, just so we can always keep a running tally on all this stuff. But anyway, thanks so much, Nikki. I know that a lot of the people that come and watch me are also big fans of DB. So when he's on, that's where they're going. I get it. It's great. And to be honest with you, that is exactly what I'm going to be doing. Is I'm going to get out of this stream. I'm going to grab myself a nice big plate of chicken pot pie. And I know you're double dipping. Of course you are. Chicken pot pie, and then I'll jump over and watch some of DB's thing too. So I'll see you there. Thanks, Nikki. Much love. You're a doll. Yeah, and we'll talk to you soon. Very soon. Oh no, thank you. This is fun. Like I said, it boosts my memory on everything that I've learned over the years. And it honestly kicks in as I'm talking to people about it and how the situation comes up. So this is just as fun for me as it is for anybody else watching that is interested in this type of survival or bushcrafting or anything like this. So yeah, bon appetit. Off we eat. I will see you over on. Oh yeah, once we get this done and once this is all finished and all this other stuff, absolutely, Nikki. I will make a YouTube series. I'll clean it up. I'll take some of the bullshit out of it, but I'll clean it up and I'll make it a series for sure. Later, Gator. Bye for now.